One of the most well-known analysts in the space just stated that the price of $8,257 per XRP is set to stay that way until October 31st. The best part is that the information backs it up. The arrival of $654 trillion, which is what we've been talking about the whole time. Many sites, including Ripple themselves, have also confirmed and checked this number, $654 trillion. Additionally, Ripple's CEO, Breadcrumbs, recently confirmed that the company has been asked to add XRP to huge markets like real estate, insurance, trade finance, and a $600 trillion market. He also said that Arthur Brutu, one of the founders of XRP, had said that the cryptocurrency was made for billions of users and would reach a value of $10,000 per XRP. XRP's market cap and volume have already started to soar, which shows that there's a direct link between the news I'm about to share with you, news that will add $650 trillion to the XRP ledger, and the price per XRP, which is said to be going up to $11,000 by October 6th, which is in 4 days. Before we tell you the news, though, we need to tell you that we've teamed up with Uphold to give everyone who watches today's movie up to $100 worth of free XRP. That's right, you can take this $100 and use it to buy more XRP to fill up your bag before the big XRP break. So I strongly advise that you seize this wonderful chance. It's really just free money. It only takes 5 minutes to do everything. You need to like, follow, and share the video, and then you need to sign up. I'll put my link in the description and we'll do a deal. That being said, let's start today's movie right away. David Schwartz, also known as Joel Kaz, the Chief Technology Officer, CTO of Ripple, has publicly said that he is leaving Ripple Labs. However, before he left, he told us something very shocking. You know, something that will make the price go through the roof and into the thousands of dollars. Look at this. Says that Ripple's CTO admits that banks have started to use XRP. He also says that Ripple Bank will run all of its transactions on the XRP ledger, which will power all payments and free up trillions of dollars. Again, this is huge news, but it's just the beginning of the breaking news. Because then something bigger came out. David Schwartz talked about it, and he says that XRP may become the world's reserve currency, which is a way of saying that it will happen very soon at the end of 2025. You can call it Twitter, X, or anything else you want. That being said, David Schwartz said this before he quit. Once more, shocking news. But once more, this is just the beginning, because one key number explains everything, even the sky-high price of XRP and what the CEO of Ripple says. The amount of USD 654.39 trillion is about to be added to the XRP ledger. This will cause the price of XRP to skyrocket to $11,829, a level that would make XRP users rich almost instantly. And this is the price that Arthur Brutu, co-founder of both Ripple and XRP, actually said XRP could reach $10,000. It was back on June 3rd, 2023. The idea is finally starting to become clear. Something that would make the price of XRP go through the roof, reaching $11,000 because huge institutions are putting trillions of dollars into the system and building on top of it. One company in particular that we've talked about before is adding billions, not trillions of dollars to the XRP ledger. In fact, they've added over $2 billion in the last week or so. This is crazy because they just said that you can now buy and sell real estate as well. Yes, there are real goods on the XRP ledger. You can actually use XRPL to buy them. Now, it looks even better when you look at actually RealFi. His RealFi is that organization that has been hiding trillions of dollars that they can use. I mean, I've been looking and researching a lot, and it took me a long time to find this huge school. These guys are really getting all the money on the XRP ledger and this is in a place with over 50 people. And right now, thanks to the RealFi company, you can buy real estate worth hundreds of thousands of dollars or even millions of dollars on the XRPL. The crazy things get even stranger on October 6th when this RealFi goes live and uses the real token that was built on the XRP system. It finally lets you go to the next chapter. The real-world ecosystem is growing and more people will use it. The technology and the XRP ledger will be integrated on a big scale, and real tokens will be used to pay for and receive rewards in real estate in the future. And they put out a video proving that. If you look closely, you can see that it says payments, real estate, and rewards. Also, this shows that it's clear they're building a future with XRP ledger technology and real token technology, which also uses XRP ledger. Also, let me tell you about the real token, which is, once again, RealFi's main asset right now. The real token that they use is on the XRP ledger, which is really taking off. That is, this thing has been out for 3 months, and the price keeps going up. In about 2 months, it went from being worth a tenth of a penny to being worth more than 4 cents. That's a huge boost of hundreds of thousands of percentage points. To be honest, this thing is really breaking the rules. I'm saying this at all, my own view. In other words, I think this is very strong. This is a big deal, and I think the institution is doing great. But if you think about it, all the money will move the way it does, from fiat to XRP to real token. Think about how this real token will have to handle all the money. The math shows that the price will go through the roof if just 1% of the 600 trillion rubles are put into real tokens. Do not believe what I say. That means that if just 1% of the $650 trillion market went into real coin, the price could go from 2 cents to $64,500. Why is that the case? The reason for this is that there aren't many real tokens available. In the first part, there were 100 million real tokens available, but those have all been burned, leaving only 78 million left. I think their phase 1 supply is somewhere between 20 and 22 million right now, but because it is so low, supply shock is almost certain to happen soon. It's pretty much quick, guys. When the money starts to move, there will be a supply shock. This means that demand will rise and there won't be enough supply to go around. The cost has to go through the roof because this is what will happen. Sure, you can make a lot of money, but the price has to represent the fact that there isn't enough to go around. The only coin that is in the green is real token. The rest of the market is in the red. In fact, you can see this on the charts again. Almost all of them are sitting at a 0% rise, just like Bitcoin. This is crazy. And remember that we're talking about the best coins here. For example, XRP is now worth $2.95, which is a growth of 0.25%. It was up about 7% not long ago, and real token is still going up, guys. It's up 4% right now. This level of support is very strong, and this level of resistance is very low. I mean, breakout is almost certain to happen. Guys, look at the charts. This is something that is ready to break out, and it will likely keep going up. As October 6th draws near, it becomes more and more important. Without a doubt, that's when a lot of money could come into the XRP ledger and turn into real tokens on the XRPL. Again, this is a huge deal because we know this is the best project. We know this is huge because it's new, it solves real-world problems, it's based on real-world assets and usefulness, and it's on the XRP ledger. But guys, look at this, look at this. Only the best PR OJEX like XRP, XLM, and XAC get scores of 10 out of 10. This project got a score of 10. These are the only cryptocurrencies that get a score of 10 out of 10. Why? These are the top 10 holders. Guys, if you look at this, XRP has about 10 million wallets and XLM has about 7 million. XRP is sitting at about $3 or $2.95 right now, as we already said. This is where these things are. XLM is worth about 20 or 30 cents right now. And even with that, there is no such thing as a real ticket with $3,000. It doesn't help with anything. A lot of money is being traded for real tokens every day. I think it's doing about $10,000 a day. Let's say it hits $100,000. If we get $100,000 in any deal, the price will go up to several $100s. Thus, the reason is that there is not enough supply. That's why I put $10,000 into real tokens. The potential is crazy. Imagine putting down $10,000. A buy order for $10,000 in real token would make the price go through the roof. But, once more, I'm not a financial expert, and this isn't based on any facts. I'm just optimistic. I'm positive about real token and the XFP ledger. Real token mixes the two, and it's backed by a huge organization. What a difference that makes things so much better. It looks like this chart could not be better. Also, it's still very early, right? To understand real token better, you need to know that it doesn't listen on a single controlled change. It keeps going up. We just said it went from 1/100 of a penny to over 4 cents. This was done in such a short time without getting any credit, marketing without having it traded on a central exchange. It's still very hard to understand. Just think about this. There are only DEXs and only XR releaser DEX. It's really hard to understand. Think about how things will go through the roof once it's listed on centralized markets. You do know that the real token's price will go through the roof, right? It will have to go through the roof because it will be easy for people to get to places where transactions can happen. Able to buy. These deals can be made by real people. This is why I think real token will do really well. That's why I'm so optimistic and sure of the way. That real coin is going to become the most popular cryptocurrency faster than any other. In the real world, it's already the most valuable token on the XRP platform. Among all cryptocurrencies, I believe it will be the most valuable thing in the real world. And on top of that, really cool new technology is on the way, and it's all being built on the XRP system. In light of this, I believe the XRP record to be the place where all the money lives. It has to be possible for XRP to replace payments if it is going to handle all the money and payments. Then there are institutions built on the XRP ledger